So these are my Euphorbia lathyris, also known as gopher plants or gopher spurge or caper plant or petroleum plant. They call it petroleum plant because this milky latex stuff, I don't know if you can see that. The whole plant's poisonous, and the whole plant contains that latex stuff. And what they do with this is you can make biofuel. About 30% of the weight of this whole plant can be used to make biofuel, crude oil, which is the main ingredient and stuff that runs your vehicles. And what else? So just like most plants will use the sun to create carbohydrates, the gopher plant uses the sun to make hydrocarbons, which sounds the same, but it's different. Hydrocarbons is just carbon. Carbohydrates have oxygen. And so like you could take a plant, where do they get oil from for our cars and stuff? From plants that have decomposed for a long time under pressure, under the ground. So they have to do stuff like fracking, which destroys the environment. But if you were to, you can get like 40 barrels of crude oil from 1 acre of gopher plant in 7 months. And those numbers are going up as they test and they figure it out more. Beggars used to use the plant. They would put the latex stuff on their skin and it would make blisters, so people would feel sorry for them and they could beg and get more money that way. So you don't want to eat it. It's an extremely invasive plant. I mean, this part has these lateral roots that come out like this, that sit right under the ground. And when one of those breaks, like that, a new plant will start up there. Or if this drops somewhere else, a new plant will start up there. So you have most plants using the sun with photosynthesis, however you say it, makes energy for the plant to eat to get bigger and stuff. But Euphorbia plants, they don't do that. They make hydrocarbons, like I said, which can be used to make gasoline. And so by using a star like 100,000 or 100 million miles away, it's able to convert that into energy. And if you think about it, all energy, most of the energy on Earth is from the sun, besides like thermal energy and nuclear energy. But a lot of those, that's very small compared to how much is getting used. Even wind energy is from the sun. So it's all linked together. So if you were to grow nothing but gopher plants in the state of Arizona, it would be enough to supply the whole United States, I think. But yeah, it is a pretty cool plant, and it has a lot more uses than for making a crude oil. You can it's called gopher plant because it's supposed to keep gophers away. Sometimes it does, and I've seen gophers eat them. They're not supposed to, but I have seen it. For the most part, it does keep them away, so I continue to use them. I put them in rows, lines all around the border of my plants, my good plants. Here you can see I have it set up on where my corn was, and then they kind of go shoot in between. Like these ones I planted in a line, but then these ones just come up on their own because when it gets big, it has these green, yellow flowers, and then when it makes a seed pod, that's what they kind of look like, capers, so they call it caper plant too. But those seeds will actually shoot out like 18 to 20 feet, or maybe further under certain circumstances. And then, so the plant has many ways to keep going. That's why it's considered invasive. They're from the Mediterranean area, and so they're not native to here. But I mean, like I'm talking about, one man's invasive plant is another man's, food. So, or how do they say it? One man's, whatever, something like that. One man's invasive weeds, another man's feed. You get the point. I heard that somewhere. But yeah, there's your gopher spurge, Euphorbia, lathyris.